Hello, it's me James, and welcome back to another episode of Simply Survival. This is the series where I like to show you tips, tricks, and tutorials, and of course, I like to do this in complete survival. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own Wither Killer / Nether Star Farm. This is going to give you unlimited access to Nether Stars and fulfill all of your beacon needs. With that being said, let me show you this thing in action. So here we are, we have arrived at the farm. Now, a few things to point out. We are standing in a box that is filled with water. There is a specific reason for this. The box itself is to prevent any enderman from jumping on this end gateway and pushing the wither out. Now, the water will stop the wither's attacks from going out and damaging the blocks. Another really important thing I want to mention before I spawn a wither in this AFK wither killing system is that you never ever want to leave the area once you've added a wither to the system, purely for the fact the wither will escape and it will be carnage. So you want to make sure that you never leave the area. And actually, something that I don't add to this video, which I might add right now actually, is just, you know, over here a little AFK spot so I'm safe, just so I can wait whilst the wither is dying. So now I'll go ahead and add my wither skulls just like this. And you can see that the wither will get trapped inside of the end gateway. I'm just going to take a step back so I don't take any damage. And wait for the first explosion, even though I did take a little bit of damage. So at this point, all I'm going to do is just wait for this thing to die. And I will go and retrieve my Nether Star. And as you can see, we are nearing the end. We just have to wait a few more seconds. I'm still going to stand back a little bit and wait for this final explosion. I think this little AFK hut is a must for this build. It's a shame I didn't actually add it to the build, but yeah, you'll see that during the video. So once you jump in, you should be able to receive your Nether Star. And if you don't, you just want to go up on the water a little bit, and you can see the Nether Star in the center just there. We've also got some bones and some coal, which is actually really nice. So yeah, AFK bone, coal, and Nether Star Farm. Bonus. And now you've seen this thing in action, let me show you how to build it. And the items that you are going to need to build this AFK Wither Killer are as followed. You're going to need a source block of water. I've got myself 2 buckets of water, but I'm also going to bring myself a bunch of other buckets of water, mainly for the buckets to make things a extra bit quicker. However, you could literally just do this with 2 if you really wanted to. Next on the list, you're going to want to bring some bone meal. Maybe not this much, but I'm just bringing enough so we don't run out in case. You're also going to want to bring a red mushroom. That's of course what the bone meal's for. Now, to place down your red mushroom, you're going to need a piece of dirt. And I bought an additional piece of dirt for a sunflower. This is going to give you the right direction of where we need to place the wither. Alternatively, you could actually use a locator map. Just make sure that that thing is empty before you go to the end. We're also going to need a bunch of solid blocks of choice. Now, I've got endstone purely for the fact that I had loads of endstone lying around. You don't actually need to pick endstone. You could literally pick any solid block of choice. I did this with dirt earlier in a test world, so yeah, feel free to do that if you really want to. Of course, we're going to need some equipment to make the wither. And last but no means least, you're going to need an end gateway. You've also got a little bit of a choice regarding what end gateway you want to use. Now, you could use this side of the end gateway on your main end island, or you could use a gateway on the outer islands. Now, for me personally, I've gone for one on the outer islands. The reason being is because I want all of my end gateways on my main end island intact. Well, kind of intact. As you can see, I have removed all the bedrock from them, but at least this way, if I do want to go exploring on one of the outer end islands, I can simply use one of these end gateways. However, one thing to consider, the process I'm going to show you today will destroy the end gateway portal itself, and it will only leave the bedrock behind. This means if you do pick an end gateway in the outer islands, you must make sure you've got a way back. The last thing you want to be is stuck in the outer islands with no way back. So the solution to this would be to pick an end gateway on the outer islands that's fairly close to another working end gateway. That way you would be able to get home all the time. So once you have decided what end gateway you want to use and you've got all the equipment required to build this thing, we are now ready to do the first step. Now, I've actually already done the first step over 2 years ago on this very end gateway in 1.16, and I really don't want to destroy any more end gateways, so I'm going to show you this first step in another world. Step number 1 is quite simple. We're going to need our dirt, mushroom, and bone meal. All we want to do is place it in this formation, as you can see, literally in line with this block, mushroom on top, and then of course all we need to do is bone meal this thing. Now it might take a little while, but as you can see, it will work eventually, and then all we need to do is remove these blocks, and you will see we have successfully removed the end portal. Next step is to find out what direction we need to be placing the wither. Oh my god, damn, yeah, we need to be careful of those endermans as well. So as I was saying, we need to be finding what direction we need to be placing the wither. To do that, we are going to use our sunflower or our map and simply place down a piece of soil or mud. I don't know why I called it soil, or mud for that matter. It's called dirt. Anyway, place down your dirt and then a sunflower on top. Whichever way the sunflower is facing is where we're going to be placing our wither. So if we show that on the map, we will be facing east, as you can see. It's exactly the same as a compass. So north, east, south, and of course west. And as I said, for this build, we need to be facing east. Now you want to stand directly on top of the end gateway, go 2 blocks up, and then from each side, apart from the east side, you want to go 3 blocks out. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then of course this side, we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. And then this side, we're going to go 1, 2, and of course 3. And at this point, we are free to link these up like this. And now we can remove these center blocks. So from this end block here, on the side that we're going to place our wither, which is just here, we're actually going to want to go out 6 blocks just to give us a little bit more room so we can actually place the wither. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then, of course, I'm going to link this up to my existing blocks like this. Damn, we really got to be careful of these endermen. Now we want to come below the end gateway and simply go 1, 2, and 3 blocks. And on this third block, we want to bring this out 2 blocks further from the block above us. So you can see this one, we're 1, and then 2 blocks further. So if we build up now, like this, you can see we've got a nice 1 block gap there. So from this bottom third block, just to be a little bit more precise, it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 blocks from every side apart from the side that we're going to place the wither. And for the side that we're going to place the wither, I believe it's going to be 8 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that should leave us 1 block away from that top section that we made. Just like so. Now we should have something that looks a little bit like this. We have that top smaller section and then this kind of section here. And now what we can also do is kind of link this thing all the way up like this. And of course fill in the sections so we've got some kind of floor. Of course I'm going to do this to all 4 sides. And then it will look like this. And now all we need to do is go around the outsides and add a wall all the way around, going all the way to the top. So it's in line with this platform. And as it turns out, you need around about half a stack more blocks than I originally said in the first place, but not too bad. It's only half a stack. At this point, it will look a little bit like this. Now what I'm going to do is just place these blocks here, and this will be where I place my wither. So I'm just going to leave them there for a moment. As you can see. Next up, make yourself a source block of water, like near the farm, which is just down here for me. So the next step, you want to go on this inside layer like this and simply add a bucket of water. Now, as I said before, this is going to be a lot easier if you've got many buckets rather than just 1 or 2 buckets. So yeah, I very much advise having more than 1 bucket. Or at least more than 2. Also, one thing I should mention as I'm doing this water part, as you can see here, the corners actually don't fully go down. To make them fully go down, simply place a block here and then remove it, and the corners should fill it with water. So all I'm going to do is bring the water all the way around this top layer here. And there we go. I've added all my water. I just need to make sure all my corners are waterlogged. as you can see. And at this point, my friends, it's actually farm complete. All we need to do is add our wither and simply make sure we're ready to move out the way. I just added a block here so I can get my wither schools on. So I'm going to add one here, and of course, oh, I missed it. One here. And as you can see, the wither will get stuck in the end gateway. Now, I'm going to make my way out of here before I take any damage. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. All we have to do is wait for this thing to die. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And there we go. Our wither is finally dead. All we need to do is wait for the final explosion and we can receive our nether star. Oh, damn, again. I really need to be more careful. And there we go. I just placed a couple blocks here and I was able to grab my nether star. It will just be like on this block just here, so you should just be able to grab it. One thing I would like to point out, you can see here that none of these blocks have been destroyed. However, the blocks that we originally put the water on did actually start to get destroyed. Do not worry about this. This is supposed to happen. You could actually remove these if you wanted yourself. So yeah, there we go. There is how to build your very own AFK Wither Killer. That's all I've got time for today. I will catch you on the next one.